What's up, my XRP brothers from another mother and my cute XRP sisters? This is Rob with the Rob007 channel, coming to you from beautiful Venice Island. Absolutely breathtaking day down at the beach. Once again, merits a 5 out of 5. And the title of this episode is The Shane Ellis Effect. Supply shock will be happening sooner than you think, and you are not prepared. Watch this episode to the end, and yeah, neither am I. And so anyway, yesterday I actually was just kind of bummed out about the price of XRP. Here it is, start of a new month, last month of the year, and we're looking at a $2.25 XRP. Basically, I have to scale out for this little thing called college tuition. Now, that's twice the pleasure for me on two, and I always have to escrow out a little bit. And I said, can't believe I have to escrow out at $2.25 for that. So, but today is, you know, what a difference 24 hours can make. And though kind of speculated if I want to do a video or not, and then I said, you know what, I just got a couple of nuggets that really have me fired up. Hopefully it'll have you fired up to for the Thanksgiving holiday that is upon us right now. And a disclaimer, this channel is for not financial advice. It's only for educational entertainment purposes only. And thank you as always as we get close now. Looking at 9,000 subscribers, really exciting. I'm going to try to see if we can't get us to 10,000 subs by the end of the year. That is my goal. I'd be really happy with that. And then we only have 9 more rungs to go to get to that 100K YouTube plaque to be hanging on the wall. But indeed, if you are new to this channel, if you would hit the subscribe button to subscribe, the bell for notification, that like button, tap it, slap it, whatever you are feeling for a, what is it, on a Wednesday, on a hump day right before Thanksgiving. And if you do Twitter, follow me at Rob XRP007 on Twitter. Love my XRP Twitter family, and my Twitter is blowing up. If you guys have followed me over there, thank you so much. It's really a lot of fun. I actually going to get verified over the weekend, so I have that little blue check mark. But you know, we're at we're over 5,000 followers up on Twitter, and we'll be trying to get to 10,000 up on Twitter as well. And yes, don't forget about the fine folks at iTrustCapital, the sponsor of the site. Links in the description. You don't have to use a code or anything to get $100 off now, which is really great. I mean, $100 signing bonus. Big 3 reasons: 0 fees for custody, 1% on, to execute a trade, and they are going to have an ROI on that XRP. I love that. That's one of my favorite. Also, the fine folks at Caleb and Brown, absolutely a great place to custody your XRP. So much better. And so anyway, again, no custody fees, and you got a broker, they'll work with you. And then the biggest reason of all, once we do start to hit these numbers, and it's going to happen, I'll have you so excited you'll probably be locking in a sale order with these guys over on Cable and Brown, because when the other ones start to freeze up and stuff, you want to be able to say, yeah, I'm going to lock in at $100. So that's kind of the target I have in mind. The links in the description. Kraken as well, you guys loving it. Get up to $150 when you sign up with them. So between iTrust, Kraken, $250. That's a little shopping Christmas money, in my humble opinion. Links in the description. Finally, but not last but least, ROI on your XRP. OMG. Email me your name, number, and good time to contact you. Please be patient. Still a little backlogged on that. And again, they are my top place for the highest level grade of institutional custody you can get on the planet. So that's why I love them, and you'll find out why I'm loving them even more. And the Patreon, we'll be talking about the Patreon in the future. We'll kind of light on that today, perhaps on Friday. And happy Thanksgiving, by the way. I hope everyone has a blessed and be safe over these holidays if you're traveling as well. And just remember, best things in life are free, you know. So just be kind of that nice little balance in your life of health, wealth, and love. So shout out to Maurice, by the way. If I didn't do a shout out to you last time, maybe I did, but he's down under. Yeah, he is an XRP holder. Had the pleasure of speaking with him, and I just said, man, if I just had your accent, Maurice, you know, that would work really well up here. Currently, we got Bitcoin is peaking back over 90K. Thank you, Brent, for letting me know about that, Brewmaster Brent. And XRP is at $2.24. Nice to see that as well. And just a little bit of news: 21 shares goes live on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So we'll have 5. The ETFs are, man, they're just smoking it up really good. I got numbers on that will absolutely blow you away. And also multimedia, and I meant to write it on a note card, didn't get around to it, was talking about how in the past ETH went from $9 to $336 in less than 6 months after they brought out those ETFs. So yeah, can XRP ETFs do it? Absolutely. That's about a 40x from here. So that's about a 40x. Would take us around $80, give or take, within 6 months. Well, I don't think we're going to have to wait that long. Find out to this episode, you'll know why. And also, once again, the reverse carry trade. Once again, I watched 1 or 2 more episodes, really digging down into this reverse carry trading. It says the bond market meltdown. Unbelievable. Is actually the gentleman they had on the interview today was talking about who was the catalyst. Was it Japan? Actually pointed here to the U.S. beginning with the shutdowns. So things that are controlled demolition, right? So yes, and the money printer has officially turned on, according to Kenny Wynn. Thank you, Kenny, for that. And that is, I'm gonna have to call back on that. So anyway, Kenny Wynn, yeah, the money printer's turned back on. We'll get into that as well. And wait till January. Mike the Magnificent, shout out to Mike up in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina, says keep in mind people will delay selling what they're in profit in till January, because then they get to push back the tax on that. But does that mean it's not precluded by a big price in XRP? Maybe not. So, and I was just thinking about XRP. It's like that beach ball with suppression over the last 5 years. Yeah, and so yeah, just think about how big that beach ball blast just pushing out how that pool's going to be. Let's get down into it as we get into the best for last on this episode. As we reach, I'm not sure about the 6.5 minute mark. We'll probably be underneath 10 minutes. Poolside Chad, shout out to you, Chad. He says, and let this sink in, there is no other answer to what happens. The price of XRP must be massively high to slow accumulation into asset managers. He doesn't say it has to be high. He says it has to be massively high to slow accumulation into these asset managers. Yes, the XRP spot ETF funds. Define massively. You guys comment down below what you think by massively. I came up with a number off the top of my head and I said, you know, $100. Brewmaster Brent said, he thinks 10,000, maybe somewhere in between, but massively high to slow it down. And he goes on to slow down to accumulation into asset managers. And he goes on to say, and guess what? They're not going to wait until it's all gone before that happens. And now we're going to talk about the all gone part. This is from the Todd Report. Shout out to you, Todd. He says, well, when I was kind of like in the dumps with our $2 XRP last night, $2.25, rings in and says, you know what? He says, with the spot ETF so far, 800 million XRP is already gone within that week. All right, and that's gone. All right. Hey, Bear, let me call you right back in 2 seconds, okay. 2 minutes. Right. Bye. Bye. Okay, so 800 million XRP has gone off the exchanges. Had to take that one. I mean, off of OTC. But you know what? There's about 5 billion that I calculated that's left on OTC. That's almost 1/5 of the supply. And that's with only 4 spot ETFs. So we get the 5th one on Friday, and I think by Saturday we may have all 8. Can you imagine doubling the consumption? Instead of 800 million, it goes to 1.6 billion. So it is going to happen. So this 5 billion, to say it's being dwindled away really fast. So I could actually see not 6 to 9 months, which we reported in the last episode per Chad Steingraber about how quickly we could run out. We could run out, you know, instead of 6 to 9 months, we could run out 6 to 9 weeks or 3 to 6 weeks. It is possible. And also, Todd just went in, and this was another thing he noted was Zach Rector had an episode out, which I think was taken, removed down off of YouTube, where he's talking about the multiplier effect. And Zach calculated with the multiplier effect, XRP would have to reach anywhere between $40 and $200. However, Todd noted that's with a 60 billion circulating supply. And actually, Todd noted, you know what, that circulating supply is more only like 20 billion. Hence, that 40 to 200 becomes, guess what? $120 to a $600 XRP. And the final note, to get you excited, get me excited about the last 30 plus days. I think we're like 35 days away until January 1 at this point. is from the Todd report, and we're just talking about the price and where price could go and where it could be by the end of the year. Todd's actually seeing this, that we definitely could be looking at a $20 XRP by the end of the year. That is 5 golden rings to me. That's such a gift if we were at 20 bucks by the end of the year. It says that we could also push up, and this is through the spot ETFs, mind you, and that we could push up as high as $100 by the end of the year with these spot ETFs. However, the noteworthy part is that once we reach that magic number of a 3-digit XRP, yes, $100 XRP, that is high enough for the banks start to use it to send payments and use XRP as a bridge currency. Hence, it starts to switch over into a utility token at that point. And then once we get to $100, at that point, it's just this kind of flywheel, Shane Ellis, supply shock explosion in price. Well, just with the Shane Ellis flywheel effect, that as we start to use that token, the liquidity will just increase. That liquidity pool goes up, and he anticipates that we'll start to march from $100 all the way up to $1,000, and it could happen in a very short period of time. Whether it happens overnight or over a couple of weeks, my humble opinion, that sounds like a bigger boat. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Be safe this Thanksgiving and bless. Peace out.